including the 40 heavily armed Marines ringing the outer wall, instinctively turned away, shielding their eyes. And the circle began to rotate. The light dulled enough for the workers to return their awed gazes to it, witnessing the breathtaking spectacle. The entire platform, including the monoliths, had begun to spin, slowly at first, but gradually picking up speed, starting to buzz with a high-pitched whine which echoed from the walls. More than one scientist appeared to cower slightly, but all held steady. This was what they'd worked so long for. The stone monoliths soundlessly flashed out of existence in an instant, no trace of them left, not even a grain of sand, replaced by an inky blackness which seemingly sucked the very illumination from the massive floodlights. Visibility dropped immediately, a cloak of gloom descending over everyone in a heartbeat. "Secure this room," ordered the general. Huge steel doors slammed into the ground from overhead crevices, blocking the ancient entrances. The external ring of Marines snapped into action, stepping forward and taking up defensive positions, primed weapons aiming at the swirling darkness. The general noticed the annoying Australian soldier stepping close to the professor, but for once he remained silent, all his attention seemingly centered on the swirling blackness. An eerie silence descended upon the area, breaths held in anticipation. The professor moved swiftly back to the general's side. "What's going on here, Professor?" His question met with silence. The general glanced away from the swirling black curtain, staring down at the smaller man. Sweat beaded upon the professor's brow, and his hands were trembling, absolute terror etched across his features. "Speak up, man," barked the general. The professor tore his gaze away from the scene before them, turning haunted eyes toward the general. It can't be," he whispered. "What is it?" The professor swallowed. "It's a doorway. A rift." "A doorway? A doorway to where?" "I didn't think it was possible," he replied, his voice trembling so erratically it seemed he might choke on the words. "I thought I'd misinterpreted what the rune said. It can't be true." "Will you tell me what the hell's going on here? Where does this doorway lead?" "We've opened a temporal split, General," answered the professor. "It's a gateway between dimensions." "What are you talking about, man? I need to know exactly where this thing goes." "The writing spoke of the machinery we've just started. They told of a power so immense it would unleash absolute evil upon the world if ever it were restarted. I'd assumed they were being metaphorical, that it was merely a weapon. I had trouble with a section that told exactly what would happen when the machinery restarted. The wording seemed open to a great many interpretations, but now I see it was, in fact, literal." "What did it say?" "It told of the machine's ability to unleash something so horrible nothing on this planet could stand against it." An ominous lamentation sounded from the rift, echoing around the room, the flood lamps flickering in unison as though a surge of power followed the noise. The professor assumed an expression of total resignation. "This machine is designed for one purpose," he said, his tone neutral. "It opens a doorway into a place men were never supposed to go." "Where?" demanded the general. "Tell me where this thing goes." "Into hell." Bestial howling roared through the cavernous room. The lights exploded, thrusting them into the bowels of darkness. Chapter 1. Dr. Harrison, your brother is dead. The cordless phone dropped, fracturing the glass tabletop, the numbness of shock skewering Talbot's mind like a fencer's rapier. He stared at the receiver. A buzzing rattled upon the cracked glass as the voice questioned what had happened. A part of Talbot's brain seemed to shut down, and he struggled to comprehend what had just been relayed to him. Fumbling with the telephone, he raised it once more to his ear. He paused, trying to gather his thoughts. "Who did you say you are again?" he mumbled. "I work with the same branch of the government as your brother Thomas," answered the voice.